Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It is your man, BeNda WORLD, aka Mr. Relationships. And today we're going to talk about the Murder Inc. documentary, part one. So, for all of you Murder Inc. fans, it was a great time for me to see the documentary and just enjoy everything that was going on with it. What's up to everybody on the check-in, pull up, Troya Woods, I see you. Shout out to the Melanin Beauty Bar. Shout out to Sada Ruler. Like I see everybody pulling up. Yo, so this will be a Q&A session, and I'll be the moderator for that / your host. And I'm going to bring a special guest in so we can talk about all things Murder Inc. You feel me? So while we talking about all things Murder Inc. in part one of the documentary, I mean, if y'all got questions, y'all want to leave something in the chat, leave it in the chat. I will definitely be interacting with you guys and watching what's going on. So, without further ado, we're going to get this thing started. So, Chris, what's going on, bro?
What's good, BeNda? What's happening, man?
Chilling, man. Chilling. I'm getting set up, used to being in the crib doing this, you know what I'm saying? It's taught me a lot. But, man, it was a great interview last week, man. I appreciate the opportunity. Let's talk about the Murder Inc. documentary, part one. So I watched it in bits and pieces, You talk about the early beginnings and DJ Irv. But even before we get to DJ Irv, there was DJ Chris. So tell me, like, you said you DJed for like 3 minutes. So, like, what happened?
For a split second.
Okay.
And yeah, that's a fact. Nothing. I had with that, my voice is crazy right now.
It's good.
But the music, the DJing, I had acquired some equipment.
Stole some equipment.
So me and my Nick, that's how we got the equipment. In the documentary, Irv said he thought it was Tino or Irv, but people need to realize that's my little brother. I never did anything ever and wanted my little brother to see anything negative. You know what I'm saying? Anything from a bad light. So, me and Nick, shout out Nick, you know what I'm saying? My man Nick, we had got a line on someone that we was told that there was some money in the house.
Right.
So we went and did our 1-2 over in the house, but unbeknownst to anything, there was no money.
Right.
Very little bit of money. And I was like, I'm not leaving here without getting something.
Right. And, so you stumbled.
Man, so we took the equipment. It was already in the coffin and everything.
Right.
The equipment comes in that box, with the turntable. So we took it, speakers, everything, and that's basically the beginning of DJ Irv. In a weird way, from something negative came something very positive, if you understand what I'm saying. I was never good at all.
So this is a real unique story. So, okay, you get the equipment. Now, let's kind of take a step back. You got the equipment, but tell us about Irv, the little brother, the person. Because, like, when it came on, I seen y'all with the Batman costumes. Y'all got a big family. You got sisters. I seen your mom, your dad. Your dad was a cab driver, and he was the nucleus of the family. And they just said, man, they seen him really bust his ass. You know what I'm saying? Hard. So, like, man, just what is it about Irv, man? When you see your little brother, outside of the fans' perspective and the industry perspective, tell us who your little brother is. Who do you see Irv as?
Irv is one of one, man.
For sure.
The nigga's different, and his energy and his persistence is what really drives everything. His creativity, he's just, I don't know how to really explain it better than that. He's one of one, like, and I've been around everyone. He's different.
Right, for sure.
He's different, and that's a big deal. And then all my job, again, when I said I'm my brother's keeper, so what that means to me was when he wanted something or needed something, I made sure I tried my best to get it. His vision, he could actually create that vision. Like, anyone that does anything needs somebody to help. No one does everything by themselves. Nobody.
No.
Right? So as much as he might say that, it's like in his world, in his mind, he sees it like he's doing everything. But I mean, there's so many intangible things that I've done to make sure he got a chance to create his vision and what he wanted.
Exactly. Even though he might not have took, or you might not have got the credit for it at the beginning, it was definitely the foundation of what helped that shit come to fruition.
Yeah, no doubt. You know what I say? I never look for anything, but it's like in a place you're putting your head, you know, because it's family and the nature of our family. It was like we used to call each other the Malachi brothers. There was a TV show, Shirley. Oh, I'm dating myself. Old TV show. This used to come on with. It was like a spinoff of Happy Days.
Okay.
And Laverne and Shirley, there was the Malachi brothers, and they had a saying, and it was like, if one gets to the other one will.
Right.
And that was basically how we approached life. In business, it was like whatever he needed, I was there, and you know, and that's how I always looked at it. Like if I did something, it's gonna come back because it's Irv.
Exactly.
And vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And then that was a big deal. With Irv being the youngest of 8, no one took care of him more than me.
Okay.
Nobody.
So with Irv, right? They said when he first got the, shout out to my dude Derek in the city, he gave me this question. Like when Irv first got the DJ, not the DJ equipment, but like the MP60, I think it was. I don't think it was a 2000. He hit up. He didn't even know how to produce then.
That's Irv. See, that's again when you hear that. For the people out there that was watching the doc, when you hear that, understand how hard that is. Like I challenge someone that doesn't come from music, ever made a beat before.
Right.
He was a DJ, so he understands, like from a DJ
timing, blends, and right.
It's totally different from playing that beat as a DJ. And he basically told Y from Rough Riders, he knew how to make beats, and you know. He was like, I remember walking in on him. He's in the front porch, and he's sitting there with the box, and he's reading the instructions, like, for real. And not too long after he did what he did, he was making beats. Like, it didn't take long. And the beats wasn't whack. Like, I heard the beats. I'm like, wow, that shit's all right. You know?
So, even Mike Geronimo, talk like, so I heard him early, right? But even the group that Ja was in, like Ja Rule was in a group, that might have been new information to everybody. I think I might have heard the song at a street level, but it wasn't a big hit, like a Murder Inc. hit. So,
no, because, well, you know what? Irv learned fast that TVT Blunt Records, let's call it Blunt Records.
Right.
He learned fast they wasn't capable.
Okay.
They wasn't able to blow them records up. You know, back then, see, today independent artists have a chance.
Right.
Shout out to music, you know what I'm saying? If you out there, any independent artist, get that Adventure Music, sign up, become a member. Exactly. But you have an opportunity today because the internet. Just think for 1 second and erase the internet. Look, we're doing this here live.
Right.
Think of how hard it is to get your music. You in Chicago.
Right.
How you getting it to New York? Just New York, not everywhere else. Just New York with no internet. How are you doing it? See, you just think what I'm saying. If you didn't have the relationships with the DJs and all these different people, how are you getting your music from there to there?
Exactly.
So when you talk about Blunt Records, which is an independent artist label, independent label is not a major. The major has shit on lock. They still do.
Exactly.
But you still have a little bit more of an opportunity today because of the internet. We can go live right now and the whole world sees us. Right? Anywhere could actually hear our voices or see us, and if someone likes something, they could fuck with it and it could take a life of its own. That shit was damn near impossible back then.
Yeah, niggas was on a train, niggas was carrying crates, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's the big like conflict between what people would call a mumble rapper or somebody that just came from the golden era of hip hop. I think the guys that came from the golden era of hip hop just was like, yo, y'all just don't know how hard we had it. And I think that that's why all the shit talking and the lack of respect comes from the young niggas, because the young ones saying, nigga, we made money, you hating on me. But the old niggas like, yo, if we didn't do what we did, you wouldn't be able to make the money you made.
Well, you know, the pioneers never get the money.
Right, for sure.
The pioneers paved the way for the next wave and everything after that to really get the money. So when you talk about like the pioneers, I'm not saying we started rap, but again, we made the money. And now they're even making more because we kept that progression going up from what the pioneers said before us. Even Run DMC wasn't the pioneers, right? It was before, and they're the ones that set us up. Like that's who we was looking at when we started, was that
alley-oop.
Everything takes that elevation, that natural elevation, and it's only right. So whenever I hear an old head hating on these young rappers, I'm like, man, cut it out. What's wrong with you? You had your time. Out with the new.
No, exactly, always. Another thing about the documentary that's spoken but not really spoken, I want to make it clear for everybody watching the live, is that Murder Inc. is responsible for Jay-Z, DMX, Ja Rule, all of these different things. Is because there's one centerpiece. You got Jazzo, you got all of these different people, but it's the same set of people. You know, so tell us about early DMX. You know what I'm saying? What was that like?
That you're talking about is Irv fucking Gotti, yo.
For sure. That's
one centerpiece of all of that common thread. And as talented as everyone you mentioned are, the Jay-Z's, again, the Jay-Z's, like to me, he's my number one rapper ever, right? DMX, a cultural icon. Ja Rule changed everything with his sound.
Right.
They're still doing to this day, whether people want to admit it or not. Once you hear that harmonization from a rapper, all praises due to Ja Rule.
Exactly, all day.
He made it popular. So, you know, when you put it in perspective, then everyone understands that these were like three of the best artists in the history of this game, and did iconic shit. And the common thread between the three is Irv Gotti. So you have to add him into that formula. Not saying he made them, never saying that.
Right.
But, you know, I know there's some artists that are incredibly talented today that never get any recognition because they don't know how to get their music out.
The business side
or make it popular, the business side, the music, and then business, music business, right?
Right.
And that's the reality. So it's like that part you can't discount either.
Right, no doubt.
You could be the best rapper if no one hears you, no one hears it, no one knows it.
For sure. So like with X, right? No, but sticking to X, did Irv lean more toward X than Jay? Like, I mean, like,
hey, can I
put his job for X?
On the right, it says the right word. It says, does Irv get a bad rap because of his business methods? When you say his business methods, I don't want to say that he gets a bad rap because of business methods, because his business methods are A1. His approach or the way Irv has no filter. When people watch that interview on Drink Champs,
right?
Okay, and people talk, you know, it's kind of corny again because he's telling his truth.
Right.
Now, me and Ashanti's like that. That's little sister to me still. Irv and Ashanti had a real relationship, and I tell everyone, I would love to talk to your ex and see how that goes. You know, before you start throwing stones at my bruh or anything, let's take a look at your relationship with your ex and let's see what that ended and looked like. Because now add in the fact, not only is it an ex, but they was fucking hugely successful together, which adds a whole nother dynamic into the mix, right? And again, if I give you the whole story with Ashanti, which wasn't told how she got in, yes, Mario Baeza, who's like an uncle, brought Ashanti to us. But there's no way Irv was fucking with that.
Right.
After Mario leaves, let me break it down. Because she was signed to Mario's label, AJM Records.
Okay.
If you look at the first album, her first album, you see is courtesy of AJM Records. We paid a lot of money to get Ashanti free. Because it's a lot of money. Not a little bit, a lot. M's. Okay, multiple. Mario got paid to get free. He didn't want that. He didn't want to do that. He was trying to get her with Dick Parsons at the time, who was running Warner Brothers. So he wanted to bring her to Warner Brothers. He wanted Irv just to make a record or two for her, because he know Irv is in the business.
He didn't want her to do the deal, but she ended up over at Murder Inc.
Through it, I'm telling you, this is the back story to that whole situation. When Irv was like, when Mario brought her, he was like, I'm not fucking, I'm fucking with rules. I'm not making a record for her. I'm not doing that. He didn't hear nothing. He was uninterested at all. He had no time for her.
Right.
So what ended up happening was Mario, I knew Mario, and I started bringing Ashanti records because, again, truth be told, I heard some motherfucking talent as a writer.
Right.
But the music she was on wasn't it.
Right. And the production was whack.
Mind you, I have all the producers because I brought them in the Top Dog, the production company.
Right.
So I'm bringing beats to her and feeding. I'm letting Irv know I'm still working with her like on beats, but he was uninterested. I bring her beats and let him hear it. He didn't give a fuck.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you the day he did give a fuck. We go, ironically, Fat Joe calls and we talking and he tells me,
shout out to Joe.
He tells me, that he needs an artist, an R&B artist on this Big Pun record. And I say, I got one.
Right.
Call Ashanti up, tell her come to the studio. She drives in from Long Island, from Glen Cove to the studio, lays the hook down, and the rest go on this Big Pun record because they was doing the Big Pun album, like from all his old tracks. Joe loved the record, and he's like, yo, she's dope, this and that, whatever. And all I do is say, tell Irv. When he tells Irv, that's when she called. That's when Irv was basically like, yeah, bring it in.
Attention.
No, he's like, bring it in. I was bringing her up to the office, had her mother, Linda, sitting in my office multiple days, and I would force Irv to come and say what's up. Because they was like, did he hear the records that we made? This and that. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Lying to her. She knows. Like, you talk to Sean, she knows. I was lying to her the whole time, telling her, oh, yeah, Irv heard it. He likes it. Don't worry about it. But I for some reason, I just kept it. And sure enough, when Irv did that with her, it was like combustion. It was like he bring it to the studio, and she like stayed in the studio with all the niggas, everybody. She the only female in there, and this bunch of niggas, bunch of wolves in there. And she sit in that studio pinning records like it's nothing. Right. And that chemistry, if anyone knows Irv, when you work with Irv, when he sees that talent, he's bring that out even more. That's what he did. Remember, she had multiple deals before Murder Inc. It wasn't her first deal. She had 2 deals, Noontime, and I think, I forget the other label.
She was at Noon. So Noontime is like Brian Michael Cox, Jazzy Faye, like they were all in Noontime.
They didn't know what to do with it. The records they made wasn't it.
Okay, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog.
It wasn't it. And then at the end of the day, when she come to Irv gave her all these ideas for these songs. She penned them, but Irv gave him the records. So when he said, I made her, that's why I said people don't understand. I understand it completely. I watched it. I'm right there.
Right.
You know, I got a famous picture with me and Ashanti. We dead sleep in the studio because we were studio rats all day and night.
Right.
We sitting right next to each other, knocked the fuck out. Like, she was a studio rat. She stayed in there working her ass off. And that gives her all the credit, right? She did it all. Like, she did that part. She had a pen game, but those ideas for these songs, I love the Baby record so much because if we had it today, where everything is filmed, you would understand the value of Irv Gotti and who the fuck he is. My man was in the studio singing that record for her, showing her how she should sound.
This way.
she's an R&B. She knew how to sing pitch perfect, all of that. Irv was like, I don't want that. I want this vibe. I want this feeling. And she was like, but it's off. And she was like, this sounds terrible. She hated it.
Right.
That's the truth. She hated it. That record is one of my favorite records for her because of the way I watched the process of Irv and her working together, making that record. See, Irv never lets me tell that story. I've never told this story, but that's, you know, the person outside looking sees something different than the person inside there.
Right.
And Irv always going from his perspective, but the reality is that's what I seen and I watched.
Ashanti doesn't tell us side of the story though. Like, I understand what you said that. I understand what the fuck Irv is saying, but if she don't say nothing, then niggas make up their own story. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and,
you know that. What do they say? It's her side. There's the other. It's one side, the other side, and then there's
but see, me being a songwriter and producer though, I've sent niggas. I can send you a melody, but if I send you that melody and the melody becomes the song, I help make the fucking song. Like, people don't look at it. They look at the finished product. You know what I'm saying? They look at, like, we had a big argument on Clubhouse. It was like, yo, Irv is crazy. But I said Irv ain't crazy for this reason. I feel like Ja Rule was the Drake of that fucking time. So y'all could have put Maya and anybody on those records. It's not to take nothing away from Ashanti, because she's a fucking monster. She's a beast at her craft and what she does. But however, we can't say that there wasn't another voice around that could have been on those Murder Inc. records. And it's
like he said, again, the truth is the truth. We could have went, Irv could have went, we're the hottest thing. Irv could have went to any of the biggest artists in the game and got a surefire, not a new face and a new voice. Right. Now, my business, right? Because if it works, this is the back conversations. If it works, we got a star, another star with Ja Rule, which is what it did. Right. See, just think, Ja was piggybacked off of Can I Get Her with Jay-Z. Even though that's Jay's record. I mean, that's Ja's record.
Ja's record, though. Ja gave that.
Jay-Z heard the record.
Exactly.
And he's told Irv he wants that record. And Irv let Jay get the record. But he asked Ja. And Ja being Ja Rule, Ja always was the nigga to say, no problem. Take it.
Right.
No, and that's what he did. He said, no worry, Irv. He was like, it'll be big. I'm on Jay-Z's record and we're going to do this, this, and this, putting it in the soundtrack on this album, make some money for the licensing of it and all of that, the sale of it. So it was easy, and you getting the verse on it. Jay gave Rule a record in return. Right? You go to the album, the feature with Jay-Z on the Viva Vici. That's the record Jay-Z gave for Can I Get It? It's not a fair exchange, but it is what it is.
Jay got the single and Ja got the B-side joint.
Yeah, he got a B-side.
He got a B-side record.
And it was all business. This was nothing like Ashanti. Once Irv was on her, there was no way he wasn't gonna break Ashanti. Like he's seen it, he's seen the lane. He gets his visions, and this nigga would talk about it all day to everybody in the studio, in the office, like his vision. So imagine. I challenge people to tell me what you want to do, then go do it.
For sure, real shit.
That's what that is. See, when you can manifest your vision, when you can manifest that vision, that's powerful. And Irv was manifesting his vision multiple times at the highest level with different artists. That to me is why he's one of one too. Like I said, I challenge anyone listening, watching, whatever. Say you're gonna do something, go do it, and don't do something small. I'm not talking about something little, like buying a house. That's not big. This is big, what I'm talking about.
Right, millions and millions of dollars. So,
not millions, but again, to take an artist, okay, and make millions and millions of people, right? Fuck with it. Like that to me, to be heard in every fucking country.
Right.
Let's put it in perspective when I'm talking, because I don't want the fucking people to say, oh, that ain't nothing, that benefit. No, nigga. Go manifest something like that multiple times and then see what the fuck it is, because that's what the fuck it is.
At that time, Ashanti and Beyonce was like neck and neck. Early
Listen to me. Listen.
it was like neck and neck.
Beyonce was a pop artist. Ashanti was never pop, but that was, again, in our culture, in hip hop, with black people, the biggest problem is we always make it like it gotta be one. Right. And that's bullshit. That is the worst part of our culture, and people gotta realize that shit. It's not that. Coca-Cola fine with Pepsi. You know what I'm saying? It's simple as that. We could all coexist, but everyone appear. And Beyonce, that's, again, B is family.
Right, exactly.
We knew B long time. So B was family. It wasn't no competitive shit. And they don't make the same type of records. Nothing. So at the end of the day, it's just pushing culture.
Exactly. Not to cut you off, what I want y'all to do is an arrow on the bottom. Make sure y'all sharing the live so more people can see the video. Come in, pull up to the conversation just to reach set. This is the Murder Inc. documentary, part 1, recap, Q&A. We got Chris Gotti here. You can come.
We got BeNda here. What the fuck?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we talking about it, man. We talking about it. Like Chris is different, man. Like, just like they gave opportunities to Ashanti, Chris could go to Drink Champs. Chris can call the Breakfast Club tomorrow and say, I want to sit down and talk to y'all. And he's sitting down with me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's hungry, got a passion. I call him. I had a vision. I was like, yo, Chris, this is what I want to do. We had a dope interview. The most views my live has ever got. And it was people saying like, yo, man, you should interview people. Like, I never interviewed nobody. But it's like they really think this was some attention. So, man, I appreciate you for that.
So this all came out because you hit me up. Again, this wasn't planned, right? You hit me up, and I was like, dope, I'll get on live with you, no problem. You know, I know BeNda from Chicago, coming out there with that Adventure Music and groundwork from there, and meeting the brother, and you know, good brother, and I like helping people. And when you came to me with the idea, let's do it. And now we're going to cover each episode. And that's very important to understand that each episode we're going to cover. And recap, so anyone on this live that hears it, have your questions ready. You know what I'm saying? Send them to BeNda. He's going to be giving the Q&A, and we'll get you on, and you know, we're going to talk about this. And we're going to have some special guests from Murder Inc. to come on along with us throughout this. I already talked to the director.
Okay.
Again, the director of the documentary, and the way we met Michael, again, we have always been people, me and my brother, that give people opportunities. Right. We didn't know Michael. Michael's from Oakland, and he did an unofficial documentary that he sent to me. I seen it, told Irv about it. Irv got in touch with him, linked up with him, and told him, you're going to do our documentary. That's real. That's real. Go and look on it. He still has it on YouTube. The unofficial documentary of Murder Inc., and it was well done for someone that doesn't know us. Right. He did all the research, and that was super impressive. And we'll have him on to talk about that whole experience ever. You know what I'm saying?
You bringing that up, it brings me to another point. So we talked earlier, like off camera, and I talked to you about social media. And Murder Inc. is such an important staple to music and hip hop and culture. And
listen, man, we all had what you want me to do, man. We old niggas.
Listen, Irv, I know you listening to this somewhere, Irv. If you listening to the sound of my voice, Irv, get the social media team. I do that. The internet runs shit. But I think that what you're doing, I think this is the resurgence of Murder Inc., right? And I think that there's so many people that I hope to see Ashanti come back and they work that shit out, you know what I'm saying, just for the sake of the brand. And it's like, yo, it deserves that steam. So it's like, when you're an old head, it's like, I don't want to change. But, you know, block.
I know Ashanti, man, shout out my nigga Speedy, man. What's up, boy?
Shout out to Charlie Baltimore, too.
I only seen his name, and I shout him out because he's inside. You know what I mean? We got the jails, nigga. We got the jails on lock.
For sure. I mean, listen, but I wanna see y'all have that footprint, man, that digital.
Yeah. Listen
I went to
Survival of the Illest tour. I went to the Rough Riders tour. I seen a lot of this shit.
Listen to me, I promise you, I've had multiple conversations, but again, it's an ex. So, and then these new interviews never help.
Man, Irv be drinking, man. Y'all can't let Irv.
But in Irv's defense, right? That interview was months old.
No, for sure, I know.
That was months old because Irv made me a promise. And Ashanti, if you see this and hear this, he's like, he's never going to mention you again. But this was his last interview like 4 months ago. And then they ended up holding it basically to come out timing for the documentary.
Well, Ashanti, I apologize for Irv Gotti on his behalf. You know what I'm saying? I see you and your mom is always love. Listen, women want their apologies. I apologize on behalf of Irv.
You really
apologize. Someone apologize. You know what I'm saying? Women, they gonna make you apologize, man, one way or another.
You know, again, that's Bon. And again, for me, it's like I'm torn between when they was going through it when they was together. I was basically their therapist.
Right.
Literally, run to Irv, then run to her, say and telling each other what was said and done, and it was crazy for me personally.
Now, something that, you know, it wasn't in my notes to talk to you about, but did Irv produce Can I Live for Jay-Z? Does he have records on Reasonable Doubt?
Yeah.
What Irv doing on Reasonable Doubt?
On Reasonable Doubt, he did Can I Live?
Monster. So Irv always had this, like, what made him want to do samples? Was he DJing? You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, the samples was there, but
crazy. Irv as a DJ would take acapella R&B songs and blend it with hip hop beats. That's Ashanti's. That's the formula for Ashanti. He was doing that way, way long ago before niggas was really doing that. He would take that. And I heard mad mixtapes from Kid Capri and all of these dudes that was really doing it. Irv's was different. All the way 100. Niggas would be lined up around the block, pulling up on the crib when Irv was dropping a new mixtape. You understand? Everybody from all over was pulling up to come get that mixtape. I told Irv, don't get rid of the originals because we would have all of them originals. But Irv is so fucking greedy, that nigga would sell everything. Like, I was like, where's the mix? Because we would make the master and then make duplicates.
he done lost the damn file.
No, that nigga sold the last one because he wanted every dollar. That nigga wanted every dollar, yo.
So look, we touched on DMX, we touched on like Early Job, we touched on Ashanti. Like, people not gonna let him live this Ashanti shit down, but it's all good.
You know what? I tell people, let them have that's their relationship. And again, hopefully Irv really says stops because he said he isn't gonna say nothing else about her. And that was way before this came out. Like I said, so you know, let no one bothers nobody with their relationships. That's the bottom line. And like Irv said, he was being 100%. And I'm a person that if he's saying some bullshit, I'm like, that wasn't right. That's off. Like, that was off. That ain't real. Call a spade. And at the end of the day, with what he said is with women, like, Murder Inc. was all women that worked with me, that ran. Now, I had a bunch of niggas, too, that worked with me. But the real work was done by women. We empowered all women with Murder Inc.
So what was they doing? Was they like admin? Was they the public? What was the jobs?
Well, everything, all departments.
For sure.
So at the end of the day, yes, we had men, but women we empowered all women.
Black women ran Murder Inc. Y'all hear that? Black women took Murder Inc. to the level.
There's a black and Spanish, like Tanisha, she's Puerto Rican, if I'm not mistaken. That was Irv's executive assistant. But we had all types. It was all good. But women in general, and then women, we got 5 sisters. How do we not fuck with women? You crazy? My sisters was inside of Murder Inc. Tina. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's never about not respecting. And my mother, forget it, when he said, Irv said in the interview, like, she's above God. Like, that's how he looks at mom, Nene. Right. He ain't lying. And, Nene's, again, she's everything. Now, we talk about our father, but our father, really, all he did was work. Right. Mom, She whipped us. We fucked up. She was one enforcing us, everything. And then
Mama too, shout out ass whooping.
hey, my father say, "Hey boy, if I hit you, I kill you."
Right.
So mom beat us, and she did a hell of a job beating us too.
Now I already know, man. Like, yo, I get it. So another point.
Like, kids today, they don't have to experience this shit because back then, hangers, everything that any metal hangers, extension cords, switches, you would have to go get the switch and take the leaves off that shit. Man, everything was good, fair game.
Yo, listen, I was riding in the car with my mom one day. I did some stupid shit, man. She slapped me. I was mad the door was locked. Like, if I could have just hopped up out the fucking car instead of taking that slap. Because she slapped me, but I couldn't move because the door was locked in the car. I'm like, damn. Slapped the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying?
Not be at like, I'm going to say like 15.
You thought Chris Rock got his ass slapped. No, I got slapped.
But 15, she stopped beating us because it hurt, but we wasn't making it look like it hurt.
Right, for sure.
Like, whelps all over our legs and back and all of this shit, and we just didn't flinch. We just took that shit. And then, like, she told you tough, and then that's what she would tell us. She would threaten us with, "I'm not raising no bums."
Right. A mother's love is different, man. A mother's love.
"I'm not raising no bums. You're going to get out of my house."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then that's when we had to really start getting tight. You know, another story with my mother, when she came to me and was like, "I'm not raising bums," and she's telling me this, and she said, "You're going to have to get out," because we wasn't going to school, or get a job.
Right.
And I tell her, "I'm going to get a job, but leave Irv alone." Because I seen the talent. I seen something different. So she didn't force Irv to get a job, right? But she told me, and I went and I started doing all types of different jobs, and construction hit, and that's when I started doing construction big. Had the whole block working for me, so everybody was working for me.
You say you made $1 million from construction, so basically the mindset to see talent and manage and just delegate and get shit done was there early on.
Well, you know, building a company is about identifying who's who.
For sure.
In any business, and I have that eye. You know, Irv has a different eye. Not only can he see it, he could actually do and create it.
Right.
From a music standpoint, I used to call Irv Dr. Frankenstein. You know, think of Frankenstein. He makes monsters. Irv makes monsters. Like, he makes a monster.
For sure. Now, I mean, nobody.
I had a bunch of aliases for Irv, like Gazoo. Irv was the great Gazoo from Barney and Fred from the Flintstones. I didn't want no one to see him or talk to him to fuck up his focus or energy.
Right.
You know, so I got into a lot of shit because I didn't let niggas talk to Irv.
Question. It came in from my dog, Music from Chase. He said the $3 million deal that they got from Sony had an offer on the table first, right?
Yes.
So it's two parts. Why did Leo Cohen come back to you with only 1.5 as the initial offer? Like, that's
his idea. Irv said it in the doc.
This nigga comes with half.
But Irv said it in the doc. Leo said his mindset was, "I'm better than everybody else, so I'm not going to pay you the same."
Okay.
But it's bullshit.
It's definitely some bullshit.
The other thing Leo would say is, "My job is to keep talent at the lowest cost." So he never wanted to pay the money for any artist or talent. He wanted to keep it at the lowest cost.
So that's his job. That was his job.
Listen to me, that's every executive's job. It's full of shit is what it is.
Okay, so look, stay there. We at a good place in the conversation.
Really, listen to me. The reason I say that's full of shit is because his counterparts, Jimmy Iovine, who I look at as probably the best executive in music that I've seen.
Right.
The way he moves with their artists and the producers, the writers.
Shout out Red Love.
You understand? At the end of the day, how is Jimmy so successful and you're not? I could go through a lot of things with Leo that I don't look at in a positive way, a positive light.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but this is my opinion, you know, of this is my version because I watched from watching how you treat Irv, a guy that really loved you and made you who you are, really. Again, no one talks about it, but I will. See, Irv may not say it, but I will. So we talk Jay-Z, DMX, Ja Rule, and Ashanti, and you know, okay, hold on. Leo fucking Cohen, Kevin Liles, Julie Greenwald. They was all working at Def Jam. Def Jam was getting their asses handed to them by Death Row, Puffy, Bad Boy, which is Arista Records, not a hip-hop label, beating them in hip-hop. They selling bulk. Def Jam selling 300,000, 500,000. No platinum fucking artists when we get over there.
Mm-hmm.
When Irv walks into Def Jam, no platinum artists. Man. See, this is when you say, okay, then we get Leo coming to Hollis, Queens.
Right.
And Leo tells his story. The truth is one thing, but the reality is him, Kevin, Julie were getting fired. They was on what was the record label? Fuck, you making me forget right now. It wasn't Universal. Polygram.
Polygram.
That's when Def Jam was signed to Polygram. They wasn't doing good enough, and Polygram was about to get rid of him and leave. And Leo comes to Hollis, Queens, and he says to Irv, he says, "You cut me, I bleed Def Jam. They're taking my company from me."
Right.
The man in tears, real crying, and Irv is sitting there telling, "Fuck you, care? Like we got DMX, we got this, all this coming."
Right.
And you know, and he told Irv another thing he would tell Irv is always stay ignorant. And the reason he tells Irv to stay ignorant is because of that day, because he's thinking Def Jam is over and he's getting fired.
Right.
Okay, so what happened that makes him not get fired and make him get a 9-figure check and they keep their jobs and keep Def Jam? There's only one thing that happened. Irv fucking Gotti. So now if I'm an executive and this is who changes my whole trajectory in my career, in my company, and Russell was the first one to tell everybody, if it wasn't for Irv, I wouldn't have made my money.
Right.
Russell Def Jam was also, I didn't mention his name. He's in there too. He's the first real check he got was because of the sale of Def Jam, because of Irv and the artists he brought in and the work that was done. You understand? Mm-hmm. Before Irv, they was losing their company and getting fired. Big deal. So when I say Irv made Leo, if that never happens, let's put it in perspective, and he doesn't get it, Leo loses his job, loses Def Jam, and maybe he's a great exec and he gets it back up from somewhere else, but he would have had to go do it again without Irv.
Right.
You know, there's a point in time that those artists we mentioned was all a East Coast rap. You know, I could make arguments. See, hindsight is a motherfucker. 2020, that's what they tell you, right? Hindsight is 2020. I could make arguments about so many other things that was affected by Universal and becoming great. Edgar Brockman has also, the guy who owned Universal that bought Polygram and Def Jam and everything, he also was saying, Irv is responsible for saving my family's money.
Irv saved Universal Records and Def Jam. Okay, so when he did offer the $3 million, it was a price match, which I felt it should have been $5, $6 to $10 million. Quick. So when y'all got the $3 million for all the artists that's watching, right? The $3 million.
You got to perspective, BeNda. That's what I'm trying to stop you, because you said something that's not real.
What happened?
You think it should be more. At the time, that's the richest deal in music. Period.
Really? Okay.
At the time, no one received that kind of cash with the overhead for their label. No one at that moment. Don't let them cap and tell you that they was getting all this money. No one.
They was lying.
In time. So you can't say it should have been more when it's the highest deal ever. It became a bidding war. And every label put an offer on the table. Every label
And
put
3 million was the highest.
and Sony put the biggest number up.
Okay, okay, now I get it. Now I understand.
And then Leo's like 1.5. He's putting up the number and he's thinking, I'm better, don't need to go higher. Come with me.
Right.
You know, leave me. And Irv's like, Leo, I'm gonna leave you. Fuck that.
Fuck that shit. Let me get this 3 M's.
But look,
So,
all he did was match the deal. So matching the deal proves what Leo was saying, where he says, I'm the best at what I do. Like, you should be with me. So that's why the match makes sense, because hip hop, Def Jam, Universal, IDJ is better than Sony at hip hop. You talk pop music, and Sony's better than Def Jam. See, it depends what you're doing.
right.
You know,
So,
so much more shit with other things, because Def Jam, a hip hop label, never had a pop division until fucking Ja Rule.
so okay, how does this work, right? And this is shout out to Chase, my dog Music from Chase. What does a $3 million, for everybody that doesn't know, a $3 million deal, what of that goes to recording costs? What part of that goes to marketing? What, like, how does it work?
Okay, that's what I'm telling you. The $3 million was a direct to Irv's pocket.
Oh shit,
That was basically, we're giving you, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. So there was a deal in place for $3 million cash for Irv's pocket, not the label. What you're talking about is the budgeting for the label.
So that was separate of the 3 million.
Say it again.
So that was separate of the 3 million.
Separate of the $3 million. We had a $2 million overhead to hire staff. Okay, so well, the first, and then we had budgets inside of each deal, each artist that we could give a deal to.
So I mean, is the operating cost essentially lower today since we have digital, like you know what I'm saying, these digital DSPs? Like what
cost label? Yeah, we don't have to press up records. You know, you don't have to ship. You didn't have to ship out CDs and vinyl anymore. It's all digital, so it has to be less from that standpoint.
And less people in the office, so they cut staff and they done cut costs. But where the fuck is the money going? Because that money on digital streams ain't a lot.
It's not. Hey, it ain't enough. Huh, BeNda? Something's wrong. Someone's stealing something.
Something ain't right. Like the numbers don't add up.
Just remember that. That's their agenda. From the very door of a record label, it was designed to keep an artist in the red and keep all the money. So whatever the artist got from in advance is all they get.
So while we on this topic, tell the short version, because I want to stay on topic for the Murder Inc. documentary. Tell the viewers that don't know this, looking at you for the first time, what Adventures Music does, what you own.
Adventures Music is my digital distribution company that it's a full company that has full services into helping artists. First, we educate, because I do seminars. I'm about to go on a 25-city tour starting in September. But we educate, and we also have all the services that are needed to market and promote independent artists. Most independent artists, see, you in Chicago, you might have resources. Leave
Right.
these cities, go into St. Louis. It's less of an opportunity.
Right.
But it's just less, it's a little harder to actually, there's no one in there from the labels or anything to get help. And that's what Adventure Music is there for, to give you help, to show you. You know, Steve Stout, he started United Masters. Adventure Music was up and running before him. He raised $70 million, and he did an incredible job raising the money. But all truth be told, he was asking me to come run the company because he knows that's what I do.
Right.
And then when he didn't give me equity, or because he would have to give me cash to buy Adventures so I could ingest all of my artists in his platform and give me equity for not, you know, because I own my company, I'm going to take equity, and I have intellectual property that he doesn't have inside of United Masters. So I said, if we did that, I'm with it. But
Right.
he didn't do it. Here's a man that I've known for, man, forever. It's like, damn, man, that shit hurt me. Like, I couldn't.
Steve, come on to the table, Steve.
You know, Irv and him was in the second grade together. Me and Steve would play football in the cage when we was little, young boys. So you talking about a 30+ year time of knowing this man, you know? And it's like, damn, how are you not, how is like, you come to ask me about the company and I broke down his company before he really got going. And yes, when I wrote my business model, the first name I put on to make Adventure Music the biggest and best was Steve Stout. That's no bullshit.
Wow.
On my business plan, like back when I wrote it in '09. In '09, I didn't go live until 2015. So it's like, and he went live probably in 17, 18, somewhere around there.
Steve's a big advertising guy, though. He always kind of knows what shit's going to go.
He's a Steve. To get off topic of Murder Inc., you know, but Steve Stout is the reason hip hop is as big as it is. If anyone doesn't understand that, and that's who he is, you're out of your fucking mind. He started marketing hip hop with big corporate America, which changed everything in money, in business for all hip hop artists. He is the reason. There's no one else. He's a monster. And I love Stout. Stout is my brother. Like, at the end of the day, man, he's a beast. I know our combination will be unbelievable.
No, I mean, yo, if it'll work, it'll work. I mean, I feel that, though. As a black man, I feel like there's so many things that we could do together, but niggas like, nah, I ain't doing it. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what his why is. Maybe he just wanted to do his shit. You know what I'm saying? But we're stronger together than apart. You know what I'm saying? We don't always have to agree with each other.
Say that for the people in the back that didn't hear you, bro, because that's
we stronger together than we are apart. You feel me?
That's it.
Hove, you know, if y'all don't know, Jay-Z is in the documentary.
Yes.
He gave
Hove, man,
Irv the nickname Gotti. Did that come from Hove?
Absolutely, 1000%. So to break it even further, I didn't want Gotti. They used to call me Joe Hard. So, you know what I'm saying? That was one of my
Chris Gotti.
The reason I didn't want Gotti, that was Irv's nickname. I didn't think it should be me. But what ended up happening, I'll give you a story. We sold some beats over to Sony. I'm sitting there waiting on Polly, Anthony, Irv. I said, yo, I'm busy. Make sure she knows I'm coming to pick up the check. He said, I got you. So he tells her, I'm coming. I go to the office. Yeah, I mean, see Polly, Anthony. They say, who is it? I said, it's Chris Lorenzo. He said, Chris Lorenzo. I'm sitting in that office 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I hit Irv. What the fuck? I said, I'm in a rush. What's up? He said, you there? I said, yeah. 40 minutes go by. She comes running from the back because Irv called her. Oh my God, I'm expecting Chris Gotti, not Irv. I said to her, his name ain't Gotti. The check proves that.
Right.
You understand? The check doesn't say Gotti. Why would you think it's Gotti is the name? Lorenzo is the name.
That's how white people look at us.
It pissed me off, but everyone just thought if Irv was Irv Gotti, you just called him Chris Gotti. CG, yo. I was like, it just stuck to me. It wasn't something that I picked or tried to portray, but that story right there was truly rare. Like, it just goes to prove here's an executive, a top senior executive, and she's thinking my real name is fucking Gotti. Crazy. And I'm picking up a check with Irv's name on it.
Right. Crazy. I wanna switch gears and talk about music production, since your brother is one of the icons and heavyweights of hip hop production and helping Jai and Jay and the whole Murder Inc. brand. Let's talk about Ghost production, right? Because me, as a writer, niggas bring me shit all the time. And I'll be like, well, if I call Chris Gotti or whoever the fuck and put this in play, you got to give me some of that record. You got to cut me in, my guy. It's not that I'm not talented. So, you know, people think it's something wrong with other people helping you write. It's something wrong with other people helping you produce. And Dr. Dre had mailmen and these people to assist him. So, like, for anybody that has that kind of conversation, like, what do you think about collaborating? Like, if you were a producer, I would suggest strongly, or even an artist, you might be a dope rapper and you got weak hooks. You might be an alright ass producer, but you can't execute the vision. So like, do you feel like that takes away from a person? Like, let's say Irv gets the skeleton of a joint to me, but I can't execute it all the way. What's more important? The nigga that
break something down for good. Put it in today. I'm gonna put it in for today's time.
For sure.
You know, people criticize Drake. So, oh, someone wrote this, someone wrote that. And I'm gonna sit here and shout out Drake. Shout out Drake. The nigga's a monster.
For sure.
A nigga is a monster. And if anyone thinks he can't write, is out of their fucking mind.
Drake one of the best.
The nigga's one of the best. And he's posting up numbers that is incredible. He's one of the best. And I'm sitting there saying, if you're an artist, okay, let's use Jay-Z. Can I get it? Ja Rule wrote the hook. Should we say Jay's no good?
Right.
It's like, it's only about making the best records. It's business. See, niggas get shit confused. Niggas get shit confused because of, let's say, that bravado that they have, that ego, that macho. But the reality is, the best records win. I'm going to give you a Jadakiss story. New York, the record New York. I catch Jada.
New York, yes. New York. I got 100 girls.
So I had sent Jada the record to get on it. He said he was doing it, but he ain't doing it. So I'm in Miami and I catch him at Opium.
What else, Sparkles?
In Miami. This is Opium. That's the club. It was called Opium. So I go and see him and I run on him and, you know, I'm heavy.
Right.
You know, and I get at him. I'm like, nigga, what's up?
Right.
You gonna do this fucking record or what? Why you? And he hits me back with the, yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck. He could, right. You know, I fuck with Jada, but again, at the end of the day, I ain't gonna sway from the real shit either.
Right.
He's like, yo, when y'all was on top, you didn't give me a record. Y'all didn't give me a record. Now I feel like, I said, Jada, I don't give a fuck about a record, nigga. You gonna do it or not? Don't
right.
He's like, God, he never gave me a record. So niggas was feeling away because when niggas was at the top, they didn't collaborate.
Right.
Do records together. End of the day, New York is Jada's biggest record in his life.
Right.
That's because my nigga wrote that hook. You understand? That's because my nigga Ja wrote that hook. And then it's also, don't get it. Hold on.
I think in New York, as a Jada fan, is his biggest record. It might be, is it his biggest record stat-wise?
In any stat you want, BeNda. Tell me what big record Jada got. Tell me.
Okay, so was any not?
Tell me Jadakiss has a #1 record in his resume.
The Anthony
Jadakiss has a #1 record in his resume. Tell me which one.
The Y record. I mean, I know it wasn't #1, but
okay, if you know it's #1, then it could never do it because we went #1 with New York. So stop.
Okay, so you talking a different stuff.
You in the industry, stop it.
No, I get it. I get where you're coming from.
Hey, same goes for Fat Joe. His 2 biggest records, What's Love and New York, nigga. Please get it. Stay clear. Lean Back, as big as Lean Back was, didn't do the numbers New York did. Why? Because we had the machine. You understand? See, it's the 2 parts to all of this business. You could have you could be the nicest nigga. See, I'm not saying he ain't nice.
No, for sure.
Jada nice. Don't get it fucked up. I fuck with Jada, but the truth is what it is, right? You want me to lie? Hold on. At the end of the day, what do you want a nigga to say? Like, these are numbers. This is what it is. So I just challenge you. Tell me his biggest hit, and we got him covered.
Right.
It's simple. But, you know, we had so much hate. Ja had so much fucking hate that niggas want to downplay everything we did. And we posted up iconic shit. Irv is in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Now that's a fact.
Irv is in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the longest nigga at #1. Okay? From a producer. So he produced Ja, Mary J. Blige,
everybody.
Listen to me, J-Lo. Cat, all of these records back to back that took his #1 spot out by a record he produced.
So my quick question, because I don't know this, but I know you know this. Worldwide, year to date, what is Murder Inc. at sales wise, like in terms of sales?
Oh, honestly, we're over 30 plus million records.
So 30 plus million records. So I want everybody on the live listening.
Yeah.
I know this.
No, it might be 40. I don't know the number. I know the last plaque we had was 30 million, and that's years ago.
So Murder Inc. has sold over 30 million records.
Yeah.
So for you artists out there that ain't sold shit, the next time I talk to you about collaborating, right? And let me help you write a song, helping have a producer do different drums, having somebody play on a record, to give it a different feel, or, somebody else writing the hook for you, like John wrote them hooks. We have a man telling you that sold over 30 million albums or singles, whatever the fuck it is, that you can't do it alone.
Over 30 million albums.
But you can do it alone. No, he didn't say Ja Rule sold 30 million.
For 30 million by himself. He might have. I don't know the number. I promise you. I don't know the number. I'm not lying. I'm keeping it.
But it's over 30.
We got a 30 million plaque probably in the beginning of 2008. That's 14 years later. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
We're streaming, yeah. It got to be way over that.
So I don't know what the number is. That's why I said I don't know what the number is. We might be 50 million. I don't know. I just know that last plaque, and I never researched to look.
The IRAA to tell us what the numbers is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably do some more plaques and some more money.
It's so good. It's like what it is. Like I said, 30 plus million out.
So stop writing y'all own songs if y'all ain't having no success. Get somebody to help you with that shit.
But when it comes to all of this shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to all of this shit, it's like creativity is all opinionated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone makes music, so you do what fits what you do.
Right.
One of the things that I looked at was how the relationship with the producer and the artist to me, is very different today.
Okay.
Artists really don't allow a producer to produce them properly. And producing isn't just a beat. That's just a beat maker. Mm-hmm. The producing is, how do you say number? How do you say, you understand what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
Like, how do you say, don't say it like this to an artist today, and they listen and change it. One of my other favorite stories, I gave you the baby with Ashanti. One of my favorite record is Ja Rule in Holla Holla.
Okay. Now, is another producer involved with Holla Holla, right? What's his name?
Fingers.
Yeah, that's your homie. He said, I heard somebody, I think it was Mav Hoffa or somebody interview, and he was saying he knew you.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
And I'll tell you the story. So Holla Holla is being created. Ja Rule doesn't have his first single for his album. Irv is in the studio. He's at Electric Lady in the studio, and he needs the beats. I'm managing the Top Dog Productions. Mind you, Murder Inc. does not exist yet.
Right.
People don't understand that Ja Rule was signed to Def Jam. We took him back from Def Jam. Okay?
I'm listening.
So, Irv, I get this beat from Fingers. I call Irv going crazy, like, yo, I got the single.
Right.
Irv's like, bring it to the fucking studio. I rush it over to the studio, put it up. And this is to me, if we had it filmed, this is the most beautiful way to explain the relationship from a producer and an artist.
Right.
And it takes complete belief and control from the artist in the producer. So Ja gets on the beat, he fucks with the beat. Irv's like, yo, dope, this is it. Ja goes in the other room, me and Irv are playing Tonk in the lounge, waiting for him to write. And Irv told him, he gave him direction. He said, for this record, do not write the verses. I need the hook first. I need a special hook for this shit. You understand?
Hooks make records. Hooks sell records.
So listen to me. He said, sometimes we go and do the verses, then throw a hook in and make a hook after that. This one, I want
the verses. It's the hook.
No problem. He writes the fucking first hook, comes out, and Irv is like, no, that's not it. Now you tell me how many artists would have said okay, or would they would have been like, fuck that nigga. Rule goes back, writes another hook, comes back out. And this is when Rule was still writing. He stopped writing, doing everything off the top of his head. But he's writing, comes back out. I put albums in. This was Hennessy and Weed, his album.
Right.
Hennessy and Weed.
Right.
Another hook. He says it, comes out and says it. That's not it. He goes back. You laughing, but think about an artist and their egos. They gonna be like, nah, that's it. I want to do that, and then that's the end of that.
You crushing his confidence.
He's killed. Rule is fully confident. Rule is a monster, yo. So Rule goes back, comes back in the room and says, yo, I got it. He said, I'm gonna double up the hook, the words, every part, this and that. And he's telling her the arrangement. He's like, holla, holla, dollar, dollar. He didn't have all the words. He just doubling it up.
Right.
And it was crazy. See, I got goosebumps telling the story because it was so real. Irv goes fucking crazy.
I remember the first time I went crazy.
Yo, he comes back out with the whole hook. Irv says, lay it. After that, the verses was like this quick. I mean, it was like it was written already.
Right.
The hook was everything, and that's, again, makes everything go. That changes Ja's whole life right there. That changes everything, because that first single back then, without it, you in trouble.
True.
You in trouble.
Did Hype shoot the video for Holla Holla?
Yes.
Hype shot crazy with Hype Williams. Talk about like Hype's for the people that don't know, that's not in the culture, a little younger. Like Hype Williams is a video director. You got to say this, Chris.
He evolved and changed the entire game. Hype Williams, he's the best video director ever in this fucking hip hop space, making videos. Hype Williams, shout out Hype Williams.
Story of Holla Holla and the making of it, and how many times he went back to recut that record. So I come from a music based and background, and I don't think that, like you said, a lot of artists aren't getting produced, right? Irv Gotti is producing, like R. Kelly's producing artists. Say it this way, change this line. I don't like where you end. That's a bad landing. Repeat it. It needs reverb. It needs this. It needs a drop. Take the drums out. If you're going to appreciate what I know with people like Chris Gotti and all the legends that he's been in the studio with, really appreciate that. You pay fucking $40,000 a year to go to college 4 years straight. You had $160,000 in college and you still ain't learned shit. Ladies and gentlemen, Murder Inc. documentary part 2 will air tomorrow. So we just talking to you about part 1, but I want to keep it spicy. I didn't want to just talk about all the shit that you already know about Murder Inc. That's not what this is about. Chris, what stood out the most to you in part 1 of the documentary?
Man, again, just so everyone knows, I seen the first episode before it aired, and the second, again, the rawness. It was, again, one of the biggest things for me was my father. So he did that interview. He had just had a stroke. He was doing bad. He had cancer. I didn't really think he should do it. That's why it's a big deal for me. And I remember having a conversation with him about it. And, he was like, he's going to do it. He'll make it through it.
Like one of your last times speaking with your father like that?
Well, no, he kept cranking out for a few more months before, but you know what I'm saying? But what I'm going to say is, man, I'm so happy he did it. Because he's immortalized for us. You know what I'm saying? This is going to live forever, and for me, that's everything.
For sure.
So, it's hard. You asked me that question, and look where I go right the first thing. It's my pops.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I used to call him Clues, and shit. And, that man is everything for me.
Well, you know what? This is another question. I want to jump around it, but we talked about Irv. We talked about Ashanti. When women know that you guys sold over 30 million records, like, what happens? Like, I never hear of Chris Gotti and his wife. Are you a player? You know what I'm saying? You got a few chicks in each city, man. Like, what the fuck you doing, Chris? We hear about Irv, but you never.
Okay. First and foremost, I never did no drugs. So you're gonna see this coming up. These niggas was getting high as a fucking kite.
Got you.
This guy never did no drugs. So when you hear them stories, just imagine my brother,
right,
like, giving every bitch that I fucked with fucking ecstasy to tell them to make them give it to me.
wow.
Hey, I would go to the bathroom or something, and he'd go next to the bitch and be like, "Yo, here, take that. You and him take it." He wanted and everyone was like, "Yeah." She would open her hand. I take them shits and sell them back to these niggas.
Yo, listen. So you don't got 10 baby mamas out here, Chris? It ain't you.
Nah, I got 2 baby mamas. But again, Earth women are easy. That's like nothing. Like, you know what I mean? It's like we had so many women. Again, and the reason I don't talk about it is I got a daughter. See, I have a daughter, and I believe in karma.
Right, for sure.
So I won't crush these women in no sense. I won't never do that. And once I have my daughter, things change. But man, my list of women is fucking real.
Now,
I fuck with hoes like these niggas did, but that's another story. I didn't have them hoes. Like I had some things. Like I said, I hear him do that. It's like, come on, niggas, for real. You ain't gotta go there, niggas. Any of my women, I'm a single man. I treat everybody right. I tell everyone, if you ever with me and some women come up to me, act right. Don't act crazy. Because I might have already been with them, but while I'm with you, I'm going to treat you right.
Player. Keep it player.
Oh, I keep it 1,000 with these women. Yeah. That's why they fuck with me, though. See, most niggas don't realize women will they could deal with the truth.
Right.
You just got to be willing. You got to be man enough to tell them the truth. And that's my life. You know what I'm saying?
We can't give them everything. They got to come back next week. They got to watch. They got to watch the show. You know what I'm saying? They got to watch the Murder Inc. Part 2 tomorrow. We not going to tell y'all. He told me that earlier. He said, "BeNda, don't ask me nothing this week, nigga, that I'm supposed to talk to you about." Right. I've already been.
Everyone go watch the episode 2 tomorrow. It's on BET. You know what I'm saying? Again, watch that, and we're going to come on, have questions, get BeNda questions, DM him so he can have the list of questions when I get on to talk about that episode. Talk about what happened in episode 2. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll do each episode, and then we'll do a wrap-up with the whole thing afterwards, how y'all liked it, what you thought, if it informed you on things you didn't know, because I know it's gonna tell you, and you're gonna see the DNA and character of me and my brother, again, as men, in all the things we went through, the trials, tribulations, you know what I'm saying? It's just dope, man, and we get to actually tell the story, and I'm part of it like that because my role in everything. It's dope.
For sure. Well, nah, man, I appreciate you, brother, for your time jumping on. I appreciate everybody on BeNda World, everybody watching it in every city, Chicago, LA, New York, Vegas, Atlanta, every city that rocks with us. And man, this is important. And I just want to see y'all make this story bigger. Like, social media is the fucking gas for everything. So I want y'all to go crazy, good or bad, like all this.
Yeah, it's gonna be on my page. It's gonna be on BeNda's page, Chris Gotti 187. Make sure y'all fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? And man, we gonna just keep pushing and pushing this culture forward. And we do it for the people. People say, Irv got Tails. Watch Tails, man. Tails is a fucking beast of a fucking product. And it's doing great. We got a Tails movie Irv is shooting right now, which is Made in America, which is the Jay and Kanye West record. So that's the topic. It's gonna show you what the version of what Made in America looks like for us in hip hop culture. And man, it's just a dope fucking thing with Irv with visionary ideas. That's the new Murder Inc. brand, visionary ideas for movies and television. It's visionary ideas. And man, so much more coming your way from us both, you know what I mean? I have, again, my Adventure Music. I have Clash TV, which is a streaming company. We stream everything. And more, we just keep adding on and adding on. We ain't stopping, man. We doing this for the people.
Monfort Rob said, get him the audition. You got to hit Irv up. But you know what? They gave a lot of people opportunities. A lot of people getting in that tail shit, and I want to see new faces.
You just said something. Let me just say something real quick. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
One of the most beautiful things with Tails is every season they take a picture and show all of the new faces that he empowered for that season, that got an opportunity to act and be on it. I know people was hitting me here saying, yo, they want to get in. You got to get in. You got to hit them and get in. Darcel Lawrence and get to casting. It's not just pick someone off the street. This is business. People think this, like these things are developed year in advance. Not a week, not a month, year in advance. So that's how far in front of you need to be. Right now, we just wrapped season 3. We're getting ready for season 4 and 5. Right now, after he shoots the movie, he's taking a minute to take it down, and then he's right back to it.
Right.
And so all of those people, you got to get to it and get to the casting directors and all of those things like that, because it's not just we picking you off the street and taking you in. We get through casting. There's a system in place. That casting, and then they pick that system.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
You know, and go from there.
So, I mean, how could they reach out to the casting? Like, you know, I
don't have it now, but they could go through BT. This, you know, you got to go through those channels. Like, it's not a hidden thing. It's just you got to be. It's just like music. If you don't know, you don't know, right?
Relationships, though, Chris. Relationships and community help that. Because guess what? Y'all see me on the live with Chris. It's nothing. He might not have the shit now, but I can get it from him. You know what I'm saying? So build your relationships. Build your community.
That's a fact. So, you know, and again, when you see those pictures at the end of the season, you know that's exactly. We didn't know these people. Irv didn't know those actors and actresses that actually got in these parts. Mm-hmm. So everyone is a possibility. You could do the same thing. You just got to kill your. When you get there, you get an opportunity. You got to kill it.
Well, y'all need more Chicago people in there. So I'm getting it.
Lauren just said, "Hey, listen to me." Lauren just said, "Irv always posts the castings when they are. He does."
Okay.
Stay in tune, nigga. Irv Gotti 187. That's his Instagram. He put it up there. He puts it up there, and then again, you could get it, and you got to go in and work. Everyone wants the freebie. Ain't no freebies here.
My last message of the night, Chris, if this cool with you, you know what I'm saying? Like, great conversation. BET tomorrow, part 2, Murder Inc. documentary. I want to say this about networking, because I wouldn't be here with you if I wasn't great at networking.
That's right.
With people even when you don't need them. Because I think that somebody needs to hear this. Like, I don't always call Chris and need something. You don't always call me and need some shit. Godfather, like, these are people that talked to me, gave me ride homes when I didn't have a fucking car. They really care about me. Like, you can't.
Father.
Yeah, you gotta treat people good.
Got it.
You gotta treat people good. But Chris, I'll holler at you soon, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in.